So my name is Matt DePretis. The name of our firm is DePretis CPAs. We've been around for a little over 25 years. We're in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have about 8 employees. We don't take any clients unless they own a small business. We have in the past worked with, hasn't always been that way, where we have had hundreds of businesses or hundreds of clients, maybe 800 clients at the peak. And over the last couple of years, we've whittled that down to about 115 clients, but we've also tripled our revenues in that time period. So we've really reshaped our firm. We help people succeed in business by helping them to get clarity on their numbers and also optimize their taxes. So we have 2 objectives when it comes to tax planning, or taxes in general. It's to get your tax liability as low as possible, and number 2 is to keep you out of trouble with the government. And it all comes down to that. And really, a tax return is a commodity. You know, there's lots of CPA firms, a lot of CPAs, all they do are tax returns. It's just a commodity. The value is not in a tax return. It is in the planning, it's in projections, it's in strategizing and trying to come up with ways to help clients reduce their taxes. We struggle with that. Sometimes there's some easy things you can do to save on taxes or easy strategies. Sometimes there's not a lot, and our whole point of our business is to bring value, and we want to bring more value to our client than they're paying us. So what the difference between before Tax Plan IQ and now is Tax Plan IQ helps us with those ideas to help our clients. And it's more than just the ideas. We use it as a database to help us strategize with a client. But secondly, the database also comes with potential vendors and background information, training, and it helps my staff better understand how to talk to a client and how to explain it to the client how they can save tax. And that's why we find value in Tax Plan IQ. I was at an AI CPA conference, Engage conference, several years ago, and Tax Plan IQ had a booth. I met Jackie Meyer, and what she showed me, I was like, oh my gosh, you've solved it. I've been looking for this for so long. There's so many vendors out there that say they can do something and they can't, and I've been very frustrated. And so as soon as I was exposed to Tax Plan IQ several years ago, I've been a fan ever since. And here's the thing that we found. Clients want options. And so what it really does is on an ongoing client, and maybe not a lot has changed, and when we're struggling to find additional tax savings, what happens is they still want options. They still, even if they don't take the options, they want to know that they are getting the very best tax ideas. So we may say to a client, hey, we've come up with 6 ideas. Here are 6 different methods or 6 different options you have to save on tax. They may say, I don't want to do any of these at the end of the day. But they still see value in what we've done. They still like it because they know, okay, I've looked at it all. There's nothing else I can do. I can sleep at night knowing my taxes are as low as possible. Sometimes the client will say, yeah, I'll do 2 of these options and we're going to skip the other 4, just not ready for them yet. Let's look at them next year. Great. Then we implement those 2 options. But by giving clients options, it helps them to see the whole spectrum, because I think a lot of clients think, hey, everyone else pays lower tax than I do. Or, well, how do all the rich people not pay tax? They have these myths that they think other people aren't paying tax, or they have so if we're giving them great options and they can see everything and they see that we're giving them sophisticated options, then they know that they're paying the least amount of tax possible. And really what we're giving them is peace of mind. we price the client, we don't price our product. So every client has a different circumstances, different tolerances, they value things differently. And so we price each client. We don't price our service. So on the tax side, that's a good question. Maybe around 9,000 to 19,000 a year in tax services. We do have clients that are much higher than that, but that would probably be the sweet point. I would say tax planning is the future. It creates a relationship. It also, the issue with a lot of CPA firms or CPAs is that in order to grow, you have to do so many tax returns that you don't have time to do a good job with any one client. Nobody gets good service because you're taking on so many returns that you can't think. By adding tax planning, you're able to take on less clients. You can take on only the clients you want. I, at one point, got rid of 30% of my client base in one fell swoop. And I didn't even sell them. I just sent them all a disengagement letter, 30% of my client base. And that was after I already cleaned up my client base. So I think you're able to work with less clients. You feel better about your job. Also, here's the other thing that tax planning allows you to do is to not overwork your staff. So this past tax season, our firm as a whole averaged 39.5 hours. And that sounds virtuous, like, hey, I'm really helping my employees out, but really it's helping my clients out. When you have staff that are well rested and they love their job, guess who's going to get great service? Your clients are going to get that service. You're going to be able to think better when you're well rested to do a better job for your client. I almost feel guilty because I've been in this business for a long time. And back in the day, it was almost a badge of honor how many hours you could put in. And now I'm like, I think it's a badge of honor how the least amount of hours I can put in and still grow the firm and do a great job. And that is something I learned from Jackie as well.